Hello, you beautiful music creatives, and welcome back to the Musician Guidance Podcast. Today, I'm joined by the always classy Rich, Don, and Dan from Encore. Guys, how are you doing today?
Doing well,
Great.
Mack. Thanks for having us.
It's my pleasure, and I'm super excited for this episode today because I see you guys on Instagram with a new vibe, and now in person, I see this new look. By the way, Don, love the hair. Rich, love the swagger. Dan, love the outfit. And you know, as a fan of yours, I see this new chapter of Encore brewing in front of our very own eyes. Can you guys maybe share a little bit behind the idea for this new look?
100%. So the whole plan of this new look was to kind of push a creative boundary. I felt for a lot of the times that we've been working on, even just throughout the last couple of months, we've had a lot of good conversations as a band about what we wanted to try to do next. Mm-hmm. And basically through a lot of conversations, a lot of recording sessions and writing sessions and kind of just different, creative sessions we were trying to work on and find new music and a new vibe. It came out to be this kind of theatrical, cinematic, kind of masquerade-esque feeling. And that's what we want to start doing a lot more for, our photos and videos and especially the music. So that's kind of what we're trying to start working on right now.
Right on, I like that. And I see on Instagram too, your latest post, it's a trailer. You're introducing what you're calling Act 1. And it announces your debut album, which I'm super excited for. Can you share a little bit more about what exactly Act 1 is?
Act 1 is, it's kind of almost, it's kind of a funny play on words in a sense, because we say a lot of times introduction to Act 1. And that's really, in a sense, what Act 1 is. It's an introduction to a brand new look, a brand new Encore, with new music, new sounds, and stuff like that. And what we kind of want Act 1 to be is, for any fans out there who have been following us for a little bit, you'll know that we always like to do things in sync. And we like to do things that are always kind of playing, into the next little thing and the part before it, and kind of always helping each other out. And so Act 1 is actually going to change that. It's going to be the very beginning of a brand new thing. So this is going to be the first act, and we'll have, hopefully Act 2 and stuff like that later on.
It's coming
but
soon.
without jumping into that, Act 1 is an introduction, and that's what we're saying, introducing Act 1 into a new look, new sound, and all that kind of stuff.
We really strip Encore to its skeleton and rebuild it from there. So a lot of the viewers will see a whole filled new stuff.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited too. I've been following you guys for a while, and I can see that, with this new act, this new chapter, we're seeing some dark, kind of edgy vibes, and it's certainly leaving myself guessing, what exactly is coming next. And I know that was your intention. You guys are, great at, giving your fans a few teases here and there. You've been known for that. So is there any more hints you can share about what they can expect?
There's definitely a lot more hints coming. I think, too, with this act, we take a lot of influence from different types of groups lately, especially My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, and a lot of kind of the older artists, too, to really looking at their kind of style of their mystique, in a sense.
Okay.
I think coming out, though, with hints is what we like to do. We like to be very playful with our content, with everything we do, so there's definitely a lot more hints coming. I can't say it yet.
You can't say, okay, well...
But to see.
I might poke you for something with this, okay? Well, guys, I want to do something fun because, as I just touched on, you're great at teasing what's upcoming, and even there, right, you're hinting some stuff, but you're not able to share it quite yet. So let's do something fun. Let's do a little quick fire round. How does that sound?
Sure thing.
Sure. So I'm going to ask some questions, and they're just going to be, I want you to quickly answer based off what relates to your brand and to Encore and what's coming next. How does that sound? Okay, so I'm going to point to you, and I'm going to ask a quick fire question. I want to answer just like
one word answers or just long answers?
Yeah, so you'll know when I ask the first question, okay? Okay. Gray or colorful?
Gray.
Simple or intricate?
Intricate.
Conservative or extravagant?
Extravaganza.
Fun. Oh, fun or serious?
Serious.
Modern or classic?
Classic.
Extreme or safe?
Extreme.
Professional or casual?
Professional.
Shiny or matte?
Shiny.
Light or dark?
Dark.
Interesting. Wow.
Very
Very
dark.
telling. Very telling.
Doesn't tell anything about our personality.
Wow. Okay. So I have absolutely no idea what that means. But I'm sure your loyal fans will be able to piece it together. Because you guys, by the way, have very loyal fans. I know you know that. They're incredible. We had you on the podcast several months ago. Dawn, you featured on the Musician Guidance Perform for Stars competition.
Yeah.
And you won it. Congratulations again on
Thank you, I
that.
appreciate it, yeah.
Absolutely. And after that, your fans reach out to us. So I know they'll piece everything together about what you just said there. And also on behalf of them, you mentioned this debut album on Instagram. What can we expect for that album?
For sure. So I would say this next single actually is kind of almost the most representative sample you're going to get, I think, of what we're trying to move into as a band, both in terms of our music and, of course, in terms of our other video and different types of content and stuff like that as well. So the first single is basically standing as the introduction to the album, the new sound, the beginning of Act 1, and it's kind of our best foot forward in a sense of how we can show what we're all about in this new era, or this new chapter, if you will. And so with this next single coming out, it's going to be a lot of fun to see what people think of it. Our dedicated fans have always been the root cause of what we try to do.
Right.
We try to really give 100% of ourselves to this because at this point, every single thing we do is shared with them. And we want to make sure that they know that and that they're part of this journey with us. They can see our musical evolution and our creative, processes and how they've changed throughout the last couple of years since the pandemic, when a lot of them, came on board and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And we've been thankful for everybody since the beginning. So I think this next chapter in the beginning of an album, I think I can speak for all of us when I say we're really excited to see what everyone thinks.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the beginning of a new thing, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And I noticed on Instagram, you guys have just announced the title of your first single to mark this new chapter of Encore. It's called Done. Donald, why Done to start this new chapter for Encore?
It's a good question. Done is a representative sample. If I had to, put it into words, I'd say it's a really good example of what we're all about in this next chapter. And what is Act 1 going to sound like? What's it going to feel like musically? And how are we going to be able to, write songs in a way that resonate with our creative process, in its current form, and how fans can expect to hear some of the new songs coming out. We're trying to find a new approach to, these really nostalgic, anthemic feelings. So if you listen to something like, the Frankie Valli song, like, I love you, baby. People love that. And it's so big. It's just giving 100% of your energy, and that's kind of what we want this to be. And so with Done, it's a really big sounding track. We're really excited for people to hear it. It's a big track, a lot of stuff going on, and kind of pulling strings from different influences. And I think having this one come out is really the best example of what we can provide for fans who might want to get a feel for what we're all about.
Well, you just mentioned, that you're super excited for your fans to hear Done.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
What
You
are
got a
you
lot of your
saying,
fans
Mack?
watching
What-
right now.
what-
I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
While I'm here, it would be rude not to hear a little bit of it. Can we hear a sneak peek of
Don't hurt
Done
us.
right
Hold
here,
on.
right now?
Are you guys sure on this?
We'll do something.
Yeah, just for you, Mack.
Just a little
Just for
bit.
you?
Just for you, we'll do
No,
it.
So let me get this
for
right.
you,
For the
man.
first time ever,
It's for you.
the public
And you guys.
myself, we're all going to hear Done.
Let's try it.
Let's do
Sure.
it.
Sure, why not?
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Maybe this part here sounds cool. Yeah.
So obviously, I've just heard the fans have just heard, some of your new song there. I don't know what the right word is. Emphatic, would you say, to describe that sound? Guys? Okay, well, how would you describe the genre of your new song?
I'd say it's kind of a class of its own a little bit. And I think, we try to pull from different inspirations of like dark but bright anthemic, edgy, nostalgic kind of feeling. So if like Imagine Dragons, or there used to be a band called Fun, they're really cool. And, even some 21 Pilots stuff. So a lot of different kind of theatrical feelings of it, but basically just out there, big and in your face, but at the same time, there's some parts of it that feel kind of reserved. And so it's we try to basically go all in, and it's a cool track. We're happy with it.
You mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, you said Act 2, and obviously Act 1 implies there's going to be, an Act 2 and maybe an Act 3 and all that. So for your fans or for new people discovering your music right now, what would you like to share with them, about this upcoming journey you're on to maybe get them, to join along for the ride?
Okay. For all you beautiful people out there, all I have to say is hop in, buckle up, and get ready for this rocket to launch, because we're not just going to the ends of our solar system. We're going to explore the whole universe.
And just to add on to that, we're very big fans of theatrical releases.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at executions of albums such as Sgt. Pepper's, The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance,
Right.
or even The Weeknd's After Hours, very structured, very laid out. We want to give an entire experience, an entire, in a sense, like act. I guess that's why it's Act 1, is just we want to show kind of a different side of us in terms of a whole theatrical experience, like they're sitting in a theater chair watching the show.
Absolutely, I like that. I'm excited for it, and I mean the sneak preview you played was good. Definitely wish there was more, but anyway, I'll leave some links to your socials in the description. For those watching, definitely tap in with Encore, with Dan, with Dawn, and with Rich. They're on a journey, and they're going to be making massive waves in the music industry. You can mark my word with that. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Is there anything else that you would like to share?
I think I just want to say on behalf of us, of course, thanks to Mack and Musician Guidance for having us here today, for chatting. It's always good to kind of catch up, and we're excited for you to see what you think of the new track and the whole new album. And of course, excited for all you guys to check it out as well. Hopefully, you're going to check out the song Done. It comes out May 26th, so be sure to add it to whatever your stream platform is. And hit us up on social media. Let us know what you think of the song. We want to engage with you guys, and we want to be part of this with you guys through each step. So let us know what you think. And thanks so much.
Guys, always a pleasure.
Let's do it.